All right, guys, here we go. We're going to talk about surface area and volume of spheres. So we're going to put it all together, both of those things. So remember that surface area is talking about the outside. So if you're talking about a basketball, the surface area would be the outside covering the leather part, and then the area or the volume would be the inside, the air part. So we're going to find the surface area and volume of this sphere. So you'll notice that the diameter is what's labeled, and in our formulas here, we both have radius. So I need to make sure that I note that the radius is 15. And then I just plug that straight into the surface area. So that's going to be 4 times pi times 15 squared. So if I were just to leave this in terms of pi for a surface area, that would be 900 pi, and this is in centimeters, so that would be centimeters squared. We're talking about surface area, so your units there are going to be centimeters squared. And then if you were to just define the approximation here, you're going to get 2,827.43, again, still centimeters squared. That would be for surface area. Now let's look at volume. So volume is 4/3 times pi times the radius, which we have is 15 cubed this time. So then I'm going to find the actual in terms of pi and then the approximation. So we have 4,500 pi centimeters cubed for the, believe in terms of pi, that would be the exact volume, but then the approximation would be 14,137.2, still centimeters cubed. That's for surface area and volume of that sphere, radius of 15. So here let's look at, I went ahead and left the formulas up there. So we have the circumference of a rubber ball is 13 centimeters. Find the surface area and volume. So this time I have the circumference, and that's going to be 13. I need to find the radius from that. So I have 13 is going to be equal to 2 pi r, so I will divide each side by 2 pi. That would give me the radius. So what's really nice about this is that I'm just going to go ahead and leave the radius as 13 over 2 pi. Because what's going to happen is that the pi's are basically going to be multiplied out. So let's look here at surface area. I'm going to have 4 pi times 13 over 2 pi squared. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the decimal approximation here for the surface area, and we are going to have 53.794, and then this is centimeters squared for surface area. And then we are going to find the volume here. So volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Oops, let me go ahead and write my radius, which is 13 over 2 pi raised to the third power. And you can just plug this straight into your calculator just like you see it. And we'll get the decimal approximation here for the volume as well, which ends up being 37.100 if we're rounding to 2 decimal places, and then that would be centimeters cubed as well. So I went ahead and left the radius in terms of pi, because if I didn't, it would have been approximation. All of them would have been approximation, so I just went ahead and left it. You could probably use the decimal approximation as long as you went to 3 decimal places. That would probably be a little bit more formal there. But if you want to be a little bit more exact and precise with your answer, I would go ahead and leave it in terms of pi. I know that sometimes scares us with the fraction and pi and all of that, but it's really not that bad, especially since you have a calculator to figure that out. So volume, surface area of a sphere here, you're just looking for the radius, and that's all you have to plug in there. Remember that the radius goes from the center to the outer edge, and so that's something that you want to keep in mind as well as you're looking and finding the surface area and volume.